And welcome to the corner. I'm the Frosted Glass, and I'm joined by my fellow Alabaster Savages, Jack Gunsky. Oh wait, damn it! There's something wrong with the audio. They can't hear you. That's not lighting up on the audio meter. Streamlabs, yeah.
Try re-inputting your audio source.
Okay, I think I got it.
Okay.
All right, you want to say that again?
Oh, sorry. I drank half a shot of gin in a 5-hour energy, so I'm feeling pretty good right now. Damn it! I can't get a reaction from anyone else.
Keith says they can hear Jack now, so whatever you did worked.
All right, good. Moonshock.
Hello, everybody. What up?
Terry Diamantis.
Hey, everybody.
And this week's special guest, Jack Cochran.
Hey, everybody.
All right, and we're going to start off with an everyday problem that, you know, we all have to deal with, and it's a pain in the ass. When white people ask how to help.
You don't have to worry about that from me.
Here's an idea. Just don't offer to help. Just don't offer. Don't offer. And if anyone asks for your help, tell them to go fuck themselves. And that way, they will never be disappointed because they will always have the correct expectations of you.
Yeah, I never offer help. I figure if someone wants my help, they can ask me.
It's not that you can't help, but you haven't for 400 years.
Oh, shut the fuck up.
In fairness, I wasn't alive for 360 of them, so cut me some slack.
400 years, huh?
You haven't helped yourself for 400 years. You haven't been alive for 400 years. You know nothing of 400 years. You're 27 years old and you make $35,000 a year at a useless job.
I don't know.
What you're saying is that you're denying their lived experience as vampires and Highlanders?
That's right. She could be like one of those 1,000-year-old witches, like all the, 10-year-old looking girls in anime.
I just find it so absolutely fucking infuriating when people bring up this multiple hundreds of years, and it's just a number that they made up off the top of their head. You don't know what the fuck happened 400 years ago. You don't even know the history of 400 years, and most of the history you do know is shit that you reckon happened. You probably don't even know that the Republican Party ended slavery.
And I love how the author's profile photo is just something she took in the mirror of her bathroom. A white woman recently asked me, "How can I support you? What can I do to help?" Let's take a quick but vital exit. She caught herself and apologized, saying she recognized this wasn't my responsibility. All great. I genuinely understood, and it's fine. But this...
Oh my god. I hate both of you people. I want both of you people to die. But not in an immediate way. Not in like I don't want anyone to try, and hurt these people. None of that. No incitement. No incitement.
In Minecraft.
In Minecraft.
But this exposition right here, this explanation I'm about to do makes me furious. Here is where I explain, apologize, to the white people reading this, that I understand many of you mean well, that I understand many of you are doing your work. We have the de facto apology, not all white people, together with signaling to the reader I'm not militant, I'm safe. Whatever choice I make, I'm still concerned to
Nothing you do is ever good enough. Nothing you do is ever good enough for these goddamn people. Everything they do, this white bitch did everything the right way according to this person's specification. She was totally self-flagellant about it. She was she had no. She apologized. I don't expect you to do the work, but I want you to know that I feel that I should be helping you.
She shouldn't have asked in the first place. That was her mortal sin, and she must pay for it.
Yeah, you didn't hear the violent language that she used asking that question?
everything everything these people do, there will be no infraction too minor for these people to overlook. Everything, things that have nothing to do with you. 400 years, things that have literally nothing to do with you at all, or anything to do with your relatives for that matter. This bitch ain't related to anyone who owned slaves. This bitch ain't related to anyone. She's probably related to, some bitch from Poland that was alive 300 years ago.
Hey, I know some bitch from Poland, and I don't appreciate what you said. Let's see. Whatever choice I make, I'm still concerned to make you uncomfortable, because I don't want to lose my job. White discomfort can have negative consequences for black voices, even here on Medium. End of exit. What I hear when you ask, how can I help? Given the parameters and boundaries we have today, the systems we currently use and exist in, how can you, black woman, help me, white person, make these spaces, whatever white spaces we're talking about, better so you're okay, and I can be comfortable knowing I've done all I can? Maybe this isn't what the questioner intends, but I wonder how can it be anything more than that? Any support I give in helping to fix or make better any white space would be admitting white supremacy as one. I can't do that. Any solution that doesn't involve tearing down the foundations of hate, white supremacy, inequality, and injustice is a band-aid. It maintains the status quo until the next upheaval. While cosmetic renovations can be costly, if you've ever renovated a house, you know the truly big bucks come into play when you're forced to do foundational work. Dismantling white supremacy is foundational work. The entire house, the basement, the foundatons, all of it has to come down. The foundatons.
Oh my! Are those like automatons that have just been found?
Yeah, it says
I'm
right
a
there.
foundaton.
The foundatons.
Oh my god!
Foundaton legacy.
I know it's a misspelling of foundations, but come on.
The Foundaton Legacy sounds like a really awesome sci-fi movie.
Oh,
Sounds
yes, it does.
sounds like a bad superhero movie.
Yeah, but a fun one.
As are all movies with legacy in the title.
Hey, you shut your freaking language there, buddy boy. You're on thin ice with me, man. You don't mess with that movie, man. Ever.
Look, I'll make allowances. Tron Legacy is the only exception to the all superhero movies are shit. Okay?
It's not a superhero movie.
It's not a bad superhero movie. It's a very decent one.
Real quick. I got Streamlabs here. Thank you, Okie Native. Did I miss Friday Night Comics? That sounds like something I would do. No, I canceled it tonight. Sorry. But thank you for the donation.
I kidnapped Jack, so he kind of has to do this.
I'm happy to be here. I love doing this show. You guys are fun. No, with this whole, I just looked up a few things while you were talking about putting in the work, So somebody burned down London in January of 1619. So I'm wondering if some of these things may be related. Somebody named Inagio Jones was commissioned to design a replacement London. Maybe this guy did the work, if you know what I'm saying. Because, when people say they're doing the work, they're out protesting. What does Antifa do? They burn shit down. So some sort of proto-Antifa may have burned down London.
But what does that have to do with Tron Legacy?
Well, they didn't have Tron Legacy back then, so clearly they were upset about that too.
Makes sense. The story checks out.
Yeah,
it was the worst part in history too, because of that.
Well, I mean, you're sitting around in your own piss and filth, not knowing what germs are, and there's lice everywhere. Probably some Black Plague, and you don't have Tron. Fuck that. That life sucks.
Ryan Long did a sketch where he had a really brilliant idea where he reckons the Antifa should sell like insurance and double glazing. Like they break the windows by night and then sell new windows by day. It was like could be a business venture.
Are you aware with the context behind that, Terry?
Yeah, but you need some kind of like cleverness to work out a plan like that.
No, whoever that is, I don't know who you're referring to, but that's called broken windows economics. It's an economic thought experience wherein if you break windows, or if a criminal is running around breaking windows, does that improve the economy by the nature that everybody else has to go around fixing them all the time, and that fixing creates economic circulation?
No. Like it's not a reference to that. It's just saying the Antifa should be more like the sort of like protection racket, sort of like mafia type. Sell a solution to a problem that they cause. Like break the windows by night and then go around selling new windows to people by day.
There's a few problems with that. One, they'd have to get jobs.
That was the number one comment in the comments under the video is like, yeah, but that would require them to do work.
Yeah, and then they'd have to shower to be presentable. And a bunch of them are felons, so they're not going to pass background checks to get bonded or loans. And some of them are like kid touchers, so a lot of issues there.
Yeah, why? Oh, sorry.
Don't let them sell to little kids, and problem is fine.
You're not their dad.
There's a subsect of our population which is just totally and utterly irredeemable. They have nothing to offer except destruction. They have nothing to offer except massive, irreparable negatives to our country.
They have nothing to lose but their chains.
They are just total sucks on the economy. They are sucks and they suck.
Don't talk about Frosted like that. He's right here.
Hey, wait a minute.
Why do we tolerate these? Not only do they totally drain everything. They're like a curse. Not only that, but we let them run things. We let them run our fucking country, for Christ's sake. Why do we let this happen? Why is our country so goddamn tolerant of these insufferable jackasses?
Because the rules about killing people are enforced against people that go after these guys. So it's hypocritical.
No, they're not.
No, if you go after Antifa, they're throwing the fucking book at you.
Oh yeah, that's right.
But if Antifa's burning your shit down, it's totally cool. Now look,
it's because the cops that replaced all the good cops after all the good cops left because the mayors were being shitty. The new cops are just as shitty. They're just as shitty as the mayor, and they're just as shitty as Antifa. And they're slowly
nepotism. Okay.
They're slowly taking over every single facet of our government society, and they are fucking everything up.
Frosted, I'm hearing a white woman saying that they want to do the work right now. And, it's time for somebody to go camping at the re-education facility.
Yeah. And everybody knows that the kid touchers and Antifa should just get jobs in Hollywood. They'll be welcome there.
There you go.
True.
Then we need to cleanse and purify the ground before rebuilding. If the goal
holy ground, yeah, it keeps vampires away.
Yeah. Pale folk like whites.
Yeah, and see, there's like that's why they're always pouring out gin and juice. It's a ward against the Alabaster Savages.
Exactly. If the goal is equality, fixing, improving, or in any way maintaining the structures our current systems are built on will not bring about equality. They're not designed for that outcome.
Oh, too fucking bad.
What system do you want? Oh, that's right. You have no fucking clue because you have all problems and zero solutions.
Mr. Gunsky, it's called apartheid, and we're gonna keep you savages in your place.
There is no solution. There is no solution in mind, and any solution anyone came up with would just be, oh, well, it's derivative of the old system. Therefore, it is the old system. And the problems would be never ending.
I think they have a final solution.
Yeah, the only solution that would be sufficient for a person like this is if everybody dropped everything they were doing, the entire economy stopped, and asked, "How do you feel right now? What can we do to make your life better?" And then they just give this person oodles of money, millions of dollars, everything. This person would have to be a literal king, and then maybe that would be enough to get them to realize that maybe life isn't so bad after all when I have literally everything. Because as soon as anyone gets any money, they stop being a communist. They stop being a piece of shit communist. They just become a piece of shit.
Well, we know that $2 million isn't rich, so
Yeah, no, it's Bernie Sanders all over again. Millionaires and billionaires becomes billionaires after you become a millionaire.
I'm not going to mock Bernie. He's Jewish, and I like having a voice on the internet.
It's unbelievable. Sorry.
a fix satisfies white supremacy because it soothes it, reassures it will stay on top. A fix or improvement knocks down a wall or two, allowing a few more people to stand inside, but it vouchsafes inequality. It's like the feebleness of DEI, diversity, equity.
No, it's fabelousness, or it's like fabeliness. It's not feebleness, it's fabeliness. Look at the way they spelled it. Fabeliness.
Yeah, kind of. Although I'm not sure how to spell feebleness.
Feebleness is Feeblenes, not febeliness.
right.
Apparently, spell check didn't know either. Oh, I'm decolonizing my spell check. That's it. I'm just too lazy to hit that button.
In fairness, she also got foundatons, so I don't think she used a spell check.
It's like the feebleness of DEI, diversity, equity, inclusivity work. Unless the institution is held accountable for their failings historically and presently for the anti-black racism, injustice, and inequality they have created, why are BIPOC being forced to continue functioning in unsafe spaces? Because it's not for our benefit. Battling for racial equity is to actively war against the systems that keep inequality in play. If any one of us is helping to renovate a white space to make it better, you're fighting for white supremacy. Instead of doing the real work of advocating for justice and equality, you're mending a system that should never have been created in the first place.
You know what would be justice? Throwing you off a cliff.
Ooh.
We don't know that she's gay.
Yeah, and she doesn't live in the Middle East.
Oh, sorry. Throwing you out of a helicopter.
All right, that's more accurate, yeah.
Yeah.
Asking any BIPOC to assist
in Minecraft. Sorry.
Asking any BIPOC to assist in that Alla Padrida work with you is
that?
I have no idea. Maybe it's something like a foundaton. Work with you is in opposition to black freedom.
Hmm.
Then she quotes Martin Luther King.
Don't you dare invoke Martin Luther King, you commie bitch.
Oh, they always like to do that.
No, but it's also sexist because why isn't it Martin Luther Queen? I think they need to cancel this guy for having a very offensive surname.
Yeah.
Oh,
He's
no.
patriarchal.
Martin Luther Queen was his wife, so that's why they call people kings and queens.
Ah.
White people have allowed hate to fester for 400 years, and that hate now threatens democracy itself.
Well, then it's a good thing we're a republic and not a democracy then, huh?
Fact.
Rather than a steady growth toward a middle class utopia.
Oh my fucking god, this person needs to learn how to spell.
We're in a nightmare of poverty, homelessness, and hunger. Our today is the future you dreamed 400 years ago. 400 years of suffering at white hands, with many more to come when the right-wing rulers take the reins.
Wait.
Oh.
This is the future that the slavers thought up? Really?
Yeah,
Really?
they thought, oh my god, this is going to be a cesspool in 400 years, and goddamn, we're dreaming about it now.
And then we're going to allow a couple to be major influential figures like a president or Oprah and all of NBA and NFL. But yeah, this is the shackles are still on, man.
Yeah, I want to see the meeting of slavers, and one of them suggests, I say that we free them all, but then we make their life harder through really subtle, secretive means.
And we teach them all to hate education.
Let's free all the slaves, but in return, we must not have brown band-aids.
Yeah.
And then one of them's like, my God, that's brilliant.
Yeah, we do some long-term shit like we'll create microaggressions.
There won't be enough black people in movies.
We'll occasionally ask people where they're from.
And we'll always touch their hair.
Yeah, there'll be like one person that touches somebody's hair. Because that's like one lady that walking around going like, touching hair. Nobody fucking does that.
Cletus, this is kind of messed up. Can't we just keep them using them as slaves?
This is really oddly specific, this form of torture you're using.
It makes me wonder if these people would actually be happier if they were slaves. Then at least they would have something to fucking bitch about. Whereas this virtue signaling garbage right there, this is nothing but a bunch of guilt. I'm feeling guilty for these other people. Whereas
I think what you're missing is if they were actual slaves, they'd have actual hardships to endure. They don't want that. They don't want to be victims. They want to claim victimhood. Totally different things.
It's currency. It's currency to them.
It really is. Because when was the last time you actually saw? Well, unless they're being arrested, of course. Shackles on some black person. When was the last time that you saw a chain gang? When was the last time that you saw a bunch of black people working for no pay whatsoever on a plantation somewhere? Show me that, and then I'll be like, okay, yeah, I agree. Maybe we have taken things a little too far. But the last I saw, we've got black actors, we got black actresses, we got black billionaires. Oprah much. We've had a black president. Yeah, this is still the most racist country in the world because reasons.
Stop showing me evidence of individuals acting like individuals. You will always, by the nature of there being 300 million people in this country, there will always be sporadic weird events. If you want to show me that there is an actual problem, you need to demonstrate systemic problems. You need to show me problems within institutions that are totally widespread and generally accepted. You can't just show me here are 9 racists dressed up as Klan members holding a rally and saying that that's evidence that in a country of 300 million people there is still systemic racism. You need to show demonstrable evidence.
I do what I want. No, I don't have to show you nothing, colonizer.
Yeah, no, you have to do the work. I don't have to do the work of showing you evidence about the arguments that I'm making to make you try and do stuff for me.
Work was created by the colonizers. I don't do that shit.
No, work was invented by the white man. See,
yeah,
that would be that. Like if you bring up someone like Oprah or sports stars, they'll say internalized white supremacy is how they were able to thrive within a system that hates them. If you go to sports, there'll be like the exploitation of black bodies. They've got bullshit answers for anything that you dare to bring up that refutes their idiocy.
If all of your arguments are like, to me, a good solid argument is simple. It has to be simple in its nature. But the thing is, these people's arguments are never simple. They have millions of tiny little cutouts for all the things that they want to keep in their favor, and nothing ever cuts against them, ever. Nothing ever cuts against them, and that is how you can tell that it's an inconsistent ideology, because sometimes in a consistent ideology, sometimes you will have to accept that some things will cut against your best interest.
I think the word you're looking for is convoluted. Because it changes by who the speaker is.
Yeah, it's convoluted. It's inconsistent. it's totally bullshit. And you can tell that just by, if you have half a brain in your head, you can tell that. Except for some reason, the smartest people in our society are just accepting these things on face value, which makes me question, how on earth do we gauge intelligence if these people are considered smart?
Head shape?
Yeah, my phrenologist has a whole litany of things.
Yeah.
I mean,
Bumps on heads.
have you seen pictures of Antifa? Why is it that every time I see a picture of Antifa, they always look like? I mean, I don't believe it. As the meme goes, I don't believe in phrenology, but
No, I think there should be an experiment into retrophrenology, where if the bumps in your head shape your personality, hit them over the head with a hammer, change the bumps on their head, and it should turn them into completely different people.
Yeah.
There you go.
Play a little whack-a-mole on their head, yeah.
But seriously, they look like goblins.
Look, the last person that tried to alter that, he's in jail still. His name was Kyle something. It went badly for him.
Yeah.
Some
Well,
people like their criminal head shapes.
And they will rule, because you've practiced complacency and negligence for centuries. I'm not putting my money on your reclaiming your humanity in time to stop the destruction of democracy.
Okay,
What-
before you go on, read the first part of the last paragraph that starts with the word hour. Just read the first sentence.
the first sentence.
No, the first sentence of the last paragraph. Yeah, read that first sentence and tell me what's wrong with it.
Our today is the future you dreamed 400 years ago.
No. Read it again.
What?
Why don't you read it, Moonshock?
Our today is the future you dreamed 400 years ago. So 40,000 years ago, apparently they dreamed 400.
No, that
400?
would be 40,000 years ago.
Yeah, that's
No,
what I said. So
I don't see
40,000 years
200.
ago.
Our future is the Our today is the future you dreamed 400. Oh, I see.
400 years ago. So 40,000 years ago, they dreamt of a future. So these are some old motherfucking slaves. I tell you that much.
Yeah. So back in like caveman days.
Yeah, it's like, holy crap. I mean, if that's how systemic the slavery is, holy shit, 40,000 years? God damn, us white people, I tell you.
Yeah.
I won't lie. I actually totally skipped over that in my brain.
Yeah,
So I'm willing to give a pass to that.
yeah, I missed it.
Yeah, I don't know what they were doing that far back. I don't remember any records, but apparently these authors knew. Is this a woman?
Probably.
Clearly.
Yeah, it's a woman.
That explains it. Tiny girl brains.
Tiny girl brains.
How many years is the top barrier? Do you think that they'll still be talking like this in 10,000 years? Like 10,000 years ago, there was slavery, and that still affects me today.
Probably. Why would they stop?
Well, I don't know. According to Star Trek, we're supposed to have a nuclear war here sometime soon.
No, but for real, assuming like unless something happens, like Muslims invade and Western society gets eradicated, why would they stop clinging to slavery for victim points that they can use for social credit? Like, what is their incentive to stop?
I don't know. I'm going back to the, evening out their head shape idea.
Yeah. and I think one of the reasons that you get so many black runners who are really, really fast, speed holes put there by the police.
Oh. So they're glorified wiffle balls.
It's funny because there's a lot of groups out there that don't bitch about stuff that happened hundreds of years ago. You rarely hear Asians pissing and moaning about the building the railroad and the horrible treatment there. It's always some white bitch complaining about that. You don't hear a lot of Indians complaining. You don't hear a lot of Inuits and Eskimos bitching and moaning.
I haven't heard any Irish. I haven't heard any Irish complaining, and they were slaves too.
Yeah,
That's a hate fact. They're white. They still had privilege.
yeah.
True.
There's got to be just some point if you ever really want to move on as a society. There's got to be some point where you look at how many at all the infractions and just say, I'm over this. I have to move on with my life. And the
But
thing
they don't
is
want that. They
well,
don't want to move
exactly.
forward.
They don't want to move forward because there's something to gain from keeping these infractions alive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Obsessing like this is really holding people back from achieving the best them they could be.
Which is to say that I think that if we were to solve all these problems, the same exact group of people would just find a whole new set of problems because they're not really about advancing humanity. They're about enrichment. They're about self-enrichment through any means necessary, dragging down whoever they want in the meantime.
White people, instead of making black lives safe and giving black people our freedom, you've trapped us in an extremely violent and abusive system. Then you turn around and ask us what you can do. Oh, and here, this part is like the icing on the cake. Here are 2 freebies. I would ask you to prioritize black lives, but that's not going to happen because it's never been your preference. And number 2, pay the reparations you owe us. This lets us to make the choice to stay around you or go on our terms. Many of us may decide to leave these lands and live somewhere where we can breathe free of hate.
Good.
No.
Go.
Where?
Just fucking leave. If you think it's so bad here, then get the hell out. We talked about this last week.
I'm sorry, but
Liberia.
Africa doesn't want you.
No. Send them to Liberia.
Yeah, where's this magical land of anti-hatred? There's no such place.
It's called Wakanda,
Yeah.
and it's protected by a shield because they don't want these fuckers either. So there you go.
Go to some backwater country in Africa, and they will capture you and then sell you as sex slaves.
Well,
yeah,
this-
even Wakanda was an ethno state, so that's a foolish.
Yeah, I mean,
too.
this is my theory on all this.
You
These
think
people
they
are
don't want an
so-
ethno-state?
Oh, I think a lot of these guys do want ethno states, but it's not going to work out the way they think it's going to work out.
Right.
Well, that if anything, all of the what was the name of the black ethno state that they kind of had going on?
Black
Led
Hammer
by-
or Hammer City?
Yeah, Hammer City. Oh man, I wonder, is that still going on or has that been totally dissolved?
Last
now?
I heard, they got evicted.
Yeah, they got kicked out.
It's beautiful.
It is hilarious.
No, my theory on this is that for every single one of these fucking people that are complaining about all the bad stuff that we have here, oh my God, we're such a racist. They should be made to live for at least 5 years in an African country and compare it to the wonderful life that they have here. And if they want to stay there, stay there. But if you want to come back, you have no more fucking rights to complain about anything here.
I mean, no.
Oh,
These
yes.
people should be able to complain as much as they want. But I'm with the what is it, the Starship Troopers method. If you want to vote,
Gotta be a
then you
citizen.
have to do some sort of service for like some sort of military service.
Service guaranteed citizenship.
Do you want these
Complaint-
whiny bitches in our military?
Oh,
Maybe
No,
they'll
no,
get sent
there's
to
The
we
whiny
can,
bitches won't join our military. Are you kidding me? They'll
Not-
just continue being whiny bitches.
like I saw this great commercial about a chick with 2 moms that signed up to be one of our elites. That how could it possibly backfire?
Yeah, it was stunning and brave.
It was. It
You
was
can't take
both
that from
stunning and
What
brave.
could go wrong?
Know what else reparations achieve? They show
Nothing.
you're ready to start thinking of a better future, one free of your control.
Well, apparently the grammar is not one of them, so I guess you don't have to worry about that, huh?
It's decolonized grammar. Thank you.
Grammar is a foundaton of white supremacy.
That's exactly right. That is exactly right.
This woman is named Kay Valley. Yeah, that's a real name.
Yeah,
That's definitely not a pseudonym.
that's a stripper name or a OnlyFans name.
Or a prostitute's name.
Why did you say the same thing twice?
Hey, just out of curiosity, how green is your valley?
It's
All
full
right.
of Hidden Valley Ranch. Yeah, I don't know. I think some of these articles are written by like white supremacists disguising themselves as black people to try and sow racial division.
I'm still laboring the theory that Medium is just a giant sort of open what do you call it, like a diary for people who are in therapy. And so, you know, you have all the crazy people just writing their crazy thoughts and contributing it to Medium.
But with what Jack Cochran was saying, they literally are white supremacists. They just don't call themselves that. Like everything
Yeah.
they say about white people is giving them so much power that if you legitimately believe they have this much control over the entire world, you think that they are supreme by definition.
Yeah, it's self-loathing white supremacy.
They think they're superior. They just feel bad about being superior.
Exactly.
All right. And with the end of the first article comes our first game. And that game is Sad Libs.
Yay.
This
Sad
is where I take 4 headlines from Medium, take out 1 word, and you guys fill in that word Mad Lib style. And then the chat votes on which one's the best. So, Jack Gunsky, you have Living Thing.
Can you come back to me?
All right. Moonshock, you have Noun.
Found a ton.
Okay, I have one.
All right.
Jews.
Oh man, it's like you're trying to get kicked off the internet.
Well, it's singular, so I'll just do Jew.
Oh, sorry, Jew. Okay, thank you.
All right. Terry, you have an adjective.
See, I was going to do Jewish, and now I've got to think of something else. Let's go with criminal.
I was originally thinking hamster in hopes that there was a sexual connotation, but I think the odds of that happening are slim.
All right. And Jack Cochran, you have living thing plural.
Mercats.
Do I have the spelling right?
Fuck if I know.
Is it meerkats or mercats?
Fuck if I know.
Like mermaids, but cats?
Sure. Yeah, they're fish cats. They're like catfish, but better.
A fish. The top half is a fish. The bottom half is a cat.
See, mercat is a long lost thundercat that was ocean based.
Oh my god.
All right. Okay. So Jack's is it still rape if it's your Jew?
Damn it! It was a sexual content.
Oh my god.
Hamster would have worked there. Damn it.
All right. And Moonshock's, I'm a gay man with Foundaton issues.
I think they make an ointment for that.
Oh, Son likes it. Yeah. All right. And Terry, it's 2021 and women still aren't allowed to be criminal.
Okay.
And
They kind of are allowed to be criminal, but never mind.
And Jack, how to stop mercats from raping.
I don't think you can. They're adorable, and there's a lot of them.
All right. Well, I'll start the poll. Instructions on how to vote are up on the screen.
Starting
I
the
think I've
poll
got
is
to
how
go
you end up with
Gunsky.
mercat rape.
I think Gunsky's got the best one there.
I'm still disappointed that I didn't go with hamster. That would have been brilliant.
Yep, Jack's definitely going to win this one.
Yeah.
Well, gee, way to jinx me. Jesus Christ. Everybody loves to rag on me. They would climb over each other to vote against me.
Rigged.
You got all the votes.
Definitely
so far.
rigged.
Wow.
J is for Jinx.
I'm surprised they're voting J. What?
Everybody's voting J. You got like 100% of the vote, you fucking cheater.
I think it.
It's only
thi-
the people on this stream that hate you, Jack. You gotta
I think
invite-
it's because they secretly wish I said hamster too.
No, I think it's just yours was clearly the funniest of the four. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know. It just kind of it didn't work for me.
All right. And the winner with all the votes is Jack Gunsky.
Rigged.
Yay!
Yay.
Thank you,
Rigged.
audience. Thank you.
All right. And now time for our second article. Dear men, let's stop saying we bagged a woman.
What if you literally got a giant burlap sack and got a woman in it?
no, then you sacked her. You didn't bag her. You sacked her.
Oh, look, it's by a guy.
I don't hear men saying that. I hear women saying that they bagged a man.
Women are not fish, game, or luggage.
You don't know that.
It puts the lotion on the skin.
I mean, sometimes they smell like fish. I don't know.
Oh.
Fact.
The words we speak often wield unseen power in our relationships. Men often joke about locker room talk, excusing any vulgarity with the throwaway line, boys will be boys.
No,
Nobody says
that's,
that.
That's Gillette that does that shit.
Yeah.
I'm
No.
here to suggest that words, even words uttered in private, still matter.
Oh, words matter now, just like Black Lives.
I recently read a Quora post where the guy said, most of my friends are way shorter than me, 6'4", and they bag girls just fine. What?
Ooh.
Are your shorter friends giving these women money? Bagging slang? Chopping them up and stuffing them in a bag? Serial killer?
Maybe.
Or hunting them down like wild game? Hunter Fisher?
No.
That's fun.
Women are groceries. That's why he was just putting them in the bag. He was bagging his women.
Yeah. If not, then they are not bagging them. Men, let's stop using offensive language that disrespects the gender we love.
Fuck off, you
Yeah.
fucking pussy.
Better idea. Get your panties out of a fucking twist, you big pussy.
Yeah. I don't like an expression. I'm going to write an article about it. Fuck off, you baby.
Did
God,
this guy
these betas are ruining our civilization.
did this guy simp to that okay boomer girl or something?
Probably.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Just get a life. Get a fucking life, you unbelievable pussy-brained wimp.
Let's use accurate, kind language that lifts women up, not reduces them to the level of animals, victims, or luggage.
Who does this?
All right, ladies, don't trust your drink around this guy.
Yeah, no shit.
Shocking PSA. Women are people too.
Wow.
Wait.
Are they-
Fact check.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. It sounds crazy, but hear me out. Women are
Does.
flesh and blood human beings, just like me and you. You
That's
already
stretching that definition thin.
You already know this truth. I already know this truth. So let's just agree together to speak about women like they are people too.
Let's agree to this. Let's agree to this. If you stuck a drill into your fucking head, everybody around you would be happier. How do you
Look,
like
Because
that?
he'd have a speed hole. He'd be able to run faster.
But, yeah, that's true. Look, women could be people as long as they're 2 steps behind me. Oh, wait, that's a different culture.
Let's drop bagging, tagging, hitting, smashing, and any other violence-laden language from our vocabularies.
Now the word is violent. Hey guys, the word bagging is violent.
Again, that assumes these women didn't want to have the relationship or the one-night stand or whatever. It assumes they are forced into this bag as opposed to just
Well, there was an
banging.
article. There was an article that said any sex that involves an erect penis is rape.
Yeah. Andrea Dworkin started that shit back in the 70s, and she hated men. She was a big. She
Oh,
looked
very
like
much so.
Roseanne Barr.
Yeah, I mean,
I think Julie Bindel might have been the one who wrote this article.
That
Who's just as
surprised
bad.
me. Yeah.
I mean,
But yeah, there was an article saying if two people have sex and one of them has an erect penis, it's rape. No questions asked.
I think that we as a society should all get together and just collectively decide not to date insufferable people. And so people like these would get weeded out of the gene pool. Sorry.
Ladies in the audience, is sex with a non-erect penis good? Because I somehow suspect it's not.
Well, if you have sex with women, then there is no penis to accidentally fill with blood and engorge and turn the whole thing rapey.
I imagine it's the sexual equivalent of sitting in a beanbag chair.
Oh, that's the Riley Dennis method. Like, you have to have sex with me.
I just realized how funny engorged sounds when it's in an Australian accent.
True.
My favorite phrase relating to this is "you can't shoot pool with a rope."
Yeah, if you start pushing a softie, you're not getting real far.
No.
If an outsider overhears your conversation and could logically imagine that you're talking about hunting, fishing, or MMA, then perhaps it's time to clear up your language.
Okay, now my next question, after telling you to grow a fucking spine, my next question is, what on earth is wrong with it? Let's say that it is violent. Let's, for the sake of argument, say that this language is terribly violent. What the fuck is it doing? How is it harming literally anyone? Who is harmed when I use violent language?
Apparently this pussy.
Yeah.
Jack, 5 in 4 women are raped, okay? And this is
True.
And this is contributing.
Yeah. First of all, what made him think it was a violent term anyway? Like, I bag groceries too. I don't think of MMA every time I fucking put some bag of apples inside of a plastic bag on my way out of the store. Yeah, I bag my apples. Fuck you guys.
I don't know about you, but when I bag my groceries, I hit them and then hold them down and penetrate them.
Yes, you got to break them into submission. It's just a technique you do.
Yeah.
Fuck it, it's stupid. Is this guy getting paid for this article, or is this one of those where you can post whatever you want?
This
I
to me
don't think
seems.
you get paid.
This article to me seems like it's something that some fucking ex-criminal would write as like a probation, or
like
something
I
that they would
lesson.
Yes,
community service kind of thing.
Yeah, that's it. Community service article.
I learned my lesson. I shouldn't rape women, so I'm going to talk about how bagging is wrong.
But I don't think you do get paid, because I think anyone can submit anything to Medium. I don't think they're paying the article writers.
I hope not, because this guy is fucking stupid.
Because otherwise, that would suggest that they paid good money for pregnant Goku. Which, why would they?
Yeah, that's called DeviantArt. You see that shit for free.
Let us speak of women how we might want women to speak of us. Dorothy L. Sayers says as much in her work, Are Women Human? Astute and witty essays on the role of women in society.
This guy's trying to get laid.
Do you want to know who the worst offenders of insulting women are?
Women?
Yes, precisely.
If
You
you,
know-
have, first of all, if you call yourself witty in the title of your book, you're not witty. And second of all, if you're a woman and calling yourself funny, you're not funny.
Yeah,
that's just all there is to it.
But the freeways are making her sick.
I look at witty the same way I look at the word wacky. If it's in the description of anything, it's not that.
Yeah.
A wacky new sitcom. It's not funny.
Wacky races were great and suitably wacky.
Yeah, but that was in the 70s. That was 40 plus years ago.
Yes, but
words meant something different back then. So, I mean, when you said queer, it meant strange, not rando in the street humping somebody else.
I still think of, like, if I hear the word queer, I think strange. I have to recontextualize it every time I hear it to realize, oh no, they mean faggots.
That's
Cigarettes?
fair.
A woman is just as much an ordinary human being as a man, with the same
No.
individual preferences, and with just as
Smaller
much right to and with just as much right to the tastes and preferences of an individual. What is repugnant to every human being is to be reckoned always as a member of a class and not as an individual person.
Mhm.
They're the ones making
Wait,
these arguments that they need to be different and coddled and all this shit.
I'd like. Oh, sorry.
No, they just can't have it both ways. It's not.
I would just like to point out that the very last part of that, what is repugnant to every human being is to be reckoned always as a member of a class and not as an individual person. What's the title of this article? What's the very title of this fucking article, you sanctimonious sack of shit?
Stop trying to change the subject, Jack. What does bagging even mean?
Right-wing extremists.
Bagging has many meanings depending on who says it and the context of the conversation. When a man says he bagged a woman, it usually means he is bragging about dating her or having sex with her. Bagging can also mean to steal or rob. So when a man says he bagged someone, it could mean that he robbed them of their virginity.
Jesus Christ!
I have never heard that term used that way ever.
I haven't seen a word stretch so much since this guy's limp dick.
I have to correct you guys because there is one term that does kind of fit that, and that's bagman. I think he's confused that mafiosos are in fact just scoring with chicks.
No. I think I have to pull you up there. It's bag mixin. We don't use we don't use the letters MAN in any word if it can be avoided.
To be as charitable to this guy as possible, he might be referring to bagged as in the hunting term, as in you bagged several. Yeah,
he's mentioned that. That's why it's violent. It's hunter/prey relationship is what he's complaining
but to
about.
suggest it's something about rape or robbing them of their virginity, what the fuck is wrong with you? What is going through your head? You're a nut job.
Look,
$5 says $5 says he was touching himself when he wrote that last paragraph.
Oh yeah, totally. Look, Bilbo Baggins was out hunting and bagged a deer, who also had groceries that were in a bag.
There you go.
And he worked for the mafia.
In regards to the hunting reference, sometimes, when men and women want to reproduce, one of them actually has to look for the other. Hence the notion of catching prey. A man goes out to look for a woman because he wants to be with a woman. And then they eventually find one. This is not a reference to some sort of inherent violence of the system, but the nature of reality that you can only really find things if you look for them.
Look, that's silly, and it's not like women have ever said ever in the history of womankind that they caught a man, usually in a pregnancy trap.
Yeah, no woman has ever said that they bagged a man ever, even though that's the only context I've literally ever heard that expression.
Yeah, I'm going to see if I can bag a woman, so I'm going to hang up this salt lick, and then I'm going to sit up in that tree for a few hours.
A tree stand is a great way to throw a net on a woman. I'll give you that.
I'm just imagining this nightclub, and right outside there's just, for no reason at all, a giant tree, and the guy's hanging out in the tree with a net ready to drop it on women coming out of the club.
That's why we rate women, because an 8-point buck is the same as an 8 chick.
No, it's like some food hanging from a tree, like in Return of the Jedi, like the net the Ewoks set up.
Yeah, and then you're like, yep, nub, and then you take a woman home. That's what Wicket was the most successful hunter in that movie.
Exactly. And we don't know that he didn't get some of Leia, after she was brought to their village.
He begged the rebellion leader. I mean, it's Wicket.
I just thought of a good way to catch women. You just put a Gucci bag, since we're talking about bags, in a snare trap. As soon as they go to pick it up, wraps around, pulls them up, and they're dangling upside down from a tree.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
And then their head's at the perfect height already.
yeah.
Right.
It's a hunting reference to catching prey. No matter the precise meaning, the overtones come across as dominating, aggressive, and quasi-violent. The term
how much-
portrays the...
How much you want to bet this guy's got little noodle arms?
The term portrays the man as a predator, stealthily sneaking up on a vulnerable woman. Not exactly the best or most healthy metaphor for dating.
Oh yeah, I know. When I walk up to a chick, I'm like, "Get to the chopper!"
You might think I'm picking on language, since I'm a self-admitted word nerd, and you might be right. I am passionate about...
Of course, no, you are literally picking on language. It's like the point of the article is to pick on language.
Yeah, he's a word bully.
I am passionate about clear and respectful language. It's only words, you might say. It doesn't really matter.
Correct.
While there's truth to the shifting semantics of words, I still believe in the power of what we speak into the world. Most importantly, what we speak to ourselves and to others. Why should we stop using violent words and terms to describe dating? Well, for starters, it's rude and demeaning to women. That probably should be it.
I would like to request that this author respect words by deleting this article immediately.
And then going and shooting himself in the face twice.
Yeah.
Speed hole. It's
Twice.
giving himself a speed hole so he runs faster.
Yes, literally kill yourself.
No,
You think this guy wrote this and he's like, "I'm gonna slay so much puss with this article"?
That probably should be enough said. Conversation over. Logic and kindness prevail again. But I do think it's worth exploring the dark side of the terminology a bit longer. The term is also inaccurate and misleading. Men don't bag women. Men approach women, meet women, flirt with women, ask women on dates, kiss women, sleep with women, enter into relationships with women, cry into your waifu pillow. Oh, sorry, I inserted that part.
Still accurate.
But what most concerns me is the violent imagery. The language we use to describe dating women implies that it's okay for a man to hunt, attack, and take down a woman in pursuit of his own desires.
This dude's getting fucking creepy. He sounds like he's a fucking former rapist, man.
Yeah.
What do you mean, former?
Or former president. He's just like, I'm
I'm-
just taking vacation from raping.
I think he
why
has.
did
I think he has a woman tied up in his bathtub.
Yeah. I think the rape is current. Like, as he's writing the article, he's also raping someone.
Here's why we shouldn't talk about this.
Yeah, I'm smashing that puss right now as I write this.
I'm a good ally.
Stop screaming, or I'll put the gag back in.
Well, the intention isn't usually to stir up violence. The imagery is certainly alarming. Do I think every man who says, "I bagged her," is a violent monster? Not at all. Most men are not violent, but words do matter. According
Is
to
anyone else picturing
Not
this guy?
like you think they do.
Is anyone else picturing this guy with like a lisp from Braces? And he's just like, "I am so awesome."
That is certainly a great thing to say.
Yeah, women are totally gonna sleep with me now.
No, I kind of imagine him with the goofy looking glasses and the soylent grin.
Yeah.
With the fucking
This-
soy boy.
I bet he's I bet
kinda
he sounds
picture.
like Al Gore in South Park.
Yes.
I'm super
Member
serial.
Super cereal.
According to a 2009 study by Timothy J., published in Psychology, Public Policy, and Law, offensive language can actually harm others.
Oh
No, it can't.
Oh,
No,
life's
it
difficult.
2007 research from Columbia University Medical Center suggests that exposure to violent imagery can make us more vulnerable to acts of violence.
Oh, video games cause murder. That's what I just heard.
Yeah, clearly.
Oh my god.
I played Mortal Kombat when I was a kid, and I just slaughtered people left and right.
Dude, it just
Hey.
made me want to go rip somebody's fucking spine out, you know?
I
Right?
have some more. I have some more advice for this author. Take your floppy ass dick and literally fuck yourself.
No, but I mean, down here, we played Mortal Kombat so much that ripping someone's heart out is just how we say hello.
Let's see. If talking kindly to plants sometimes spurs their growth, imagine what speaking kindly to people might do.
Wow!
Yeah.
Imagine.
We need to treat women
Imagine-
like plants.
Who the fuck talks to plants? Are you a fucking nutcase?
You know what you do?
Just
You know what you do to plants? You fertilize them.
Yeah, with your seed. I mean, look, talking to plants makes more sense because you can have a conversation with them that's intellectual versus talking to women with their tiny girl brains. So I kind of understand his analogy, and they listen better. But yeah, I think this guy's got some serious mommy issues that need to be addressed in a professional setting.
You know, we need to get this guy. We need to get this guy some of that fucking mood slime from Ghostbusters too.
I understand. I understand. This guy's trying to be cute about his talking to plants analogy, but plants are literally more intelligent than this man.
Oh, it just that talking kindly to plants. That line right there just reminds me of what Ray said. He goes, "We've been talking to it, and we speak to it, and we say nice, supportive things to it." Now, dude, talking to a fucking plant is not going to spur its growth ever.
Do you know what kind of music spurs plant growth the most?
Jackie
Mythbusters tested this.
Jackie Robinson.
No, hardcore metal.
Ah,
Plants have good taste. What can I say?
What to say instead? If we want to change our language, it's helpful to find some replacement words and phrases. What other terms or expressions can be used in place of the word bagged? Alternative,
A list.
Devastated.
alternative terms and phrases. I met someone. I got her number. We have a date. I kissed her. We made out. We had sex. She's my girlfriend now.
Held hands.
Oh my god. So
Those are all
The
basically,
second base
sequential.
once.
wait. So he is saying remove all metaphor from language altogether.
Yes,
Yeah,
metaphor
wow.
is a hindrance.
This is a man who says he likes words. He is destroying language with this advice.
No,
But-
this fits in perfectly. Word nerd. Come on. What other nerd culture things have we seen these people infiltrate?
Everything.
Star Wars,
Everything.
comics, games, anime, and look at all of them being destroyed.
Oh, hold on. Not anime dubbing. They haven't gotten to the actual source yet because
They're
that's in
working on it.
Japan.
Yeah, they're working on
they're
it.
trying, but they're not making much success. And I
But,
pray they do not make any.
BG in chat makes a good point. He says that he has so many daddy issues that he'd be willing to date Jack Cochran.
Nice. Yeah, you'd have to have a lot of petty issues.
And like listening to this guy's stories would be the most boring thing ever. Like, oh, how'd your date go? Oh, we had a date. I kissed her. We made out. She's my girlfriend now.
Well,
They held hands and stuff.
and
We
that
went-
eternal. That
It's like
that
cool story, bro. Yeah.
We
that whole
went to a
sequence.
restaurant, then we had sex, then I went home.
This
Yeah.
dude doesn't have sex, man. He's holding hands and kissing.
Well, this whole sequence of events is like somebody who's completely fucking imagining all of these series of events happening,
Yeah.
and like he's watching this he's simping to this girl on fucking Twitch or wherever, and this in his head is exactly what's going on. She's my girlfriend now. Oh, we had sex in my head. We made out in
And
my
to meet
head.
Some chick.
Oh my
Yeah.
it's just
I'm just picturing him saying these things to himself as he like dances in the skin suit like Buffalo Bill style.
Right?
Yeah.
And by
Just
horses is
him.
playing in the background.
him jerking off his flappy cock saying, I want to have sex. I want to have sex. I want to have sex.
Oh.
I had sex.
No, he dances around and does the little shuffle, and then he's like, "Unrespect me, unrespect me."
Any word or phrase with positive connotations will probably work just fine. The most important idea is to find a way to show the other person respect while still getting your message across. How to replace your language. Changing the words and terms you've used for years is not always easy. However, it is possible. Here are some tips for replacing your language.
Oh my god.
You can change words and terms by making a list of new phrases. Write down the old, unhelpful word or phrase on one side of the paper, and then write down what you want to replace it with on the other side. Next,
Does he tell you to make sure to note which side is which so you don't fuck that up?
I hope not. Next, read this list once a day for 30 days. Holy shit. You may need some time and patience with yourself, but eventually you'll start using your new replacement phrase.
Oh my god, this guy sounds like a creep.
Yeah, this is creepy as fuck, and this really does sound like a community service article.
Yeah, no, the guy in his attempt to make language better made language sound worse, made language sound much, much more horrible and horrific, and makes himself sound like a creep. He literally said, if someone talked like this around me, I would not be near him. I would go the opposite direction. I would go to the other side of the street just not to pass by him.
Oh, can you imagine this guy's date going home with him? Like she's got low enough self-esteem from like a recent divorce or something, and she finds his serial killer notes all over the place. She's like, "What is this?" And he's like, "Those are my papers for respecting you."
I repeat
call
them every
911.
day.
He probably listens to a loop of these words like on a cassette, like on a Walkman or something.
Yeah, like I respect women, I value them. Oh my god, this is fucking scary shit. This is stuff serial killers and like people in severe rehab do.
Mm-hmm.
So what we should do, we should make a note of this guy's name, and then just keep an eye on any rape arrests in the near future, just to see if his name pops up.
Yeah, this is probably one of his many pseudonyms. And if you change the letters out, it spells respect women.
Yeah. And he has to put his new name on a sheet of paper and repeat it to himself every day for 30
Yeah,
days.
because the old one's on a list for like predators or something.
Yeah,
We talk about.
It's kind of weird that his name is an exact anagram for Brian Stelter. I don't know what that's about.
And then whenever a previous name of him is brought up in conversations, he's like, he went away. He was a bad man.
Yeah, he buried things on the beach.
We don't like him.
You can even focus on a single word, like bagged. Write down one word that comes up often in conversation on a piece of paper. When you rewrite the old and new word every day, you begin to imprint the language change on your mind. Accountability also helps. Ask a friend to help keep you accountable for changing your language.
I want you to help me respect women.
Every time I say the word, I will give myself 20 lashes.
Mr. Teddy Bear is my safe buddy.
Just let them know your goal to change your language and give them permission to call you out when they hear you say the old term. For example, if you're trying to change bag to start dating, let your friend know that it's okay for them to say something along the lines of, you said bagged instead of started dating. A little social accountability can go a long way.
Nobody does this. Nobody. This sounds like those old Jesus videos where they would have somebody say like, say no to drugs and read your Bible daily.
Yeah, it sounds like the sort of mentality that led to the creation of cornflakes as an anti-masturbation device.
Yeah, which, didn't work. Sorry.
No.
Yeah, I jerk off into my cornflakes all the time.
Yeah, well, sometimes the sugar bowl's out of reach.
Is that how they become Frosted Flakes?
There you go.
Final thoughts. Yes, changing your language takes more effort, but I think it's worth it to bring more respect into the world. I hope you'll take some time to reflect on your words and what they truly mean to others. We often use language willy-nilly without much thought to how it might impact others. That's
Oh,
one.
what's he saying about Nilly's Willie?
I was going to say, Willy is a euphemism for penis, and it makes me very uncomfortable. He needs
Yeah.
to put that on the list of words he no longer is allowed to speak.
I agree.
That's one reason I wrote the article, 5 English words that don't make any damn sense.
Mm.
With the rise...
And please tell me that's not your third article.
Look,
Please tell me it is. I want to know what the 5 words are.
this guy just used the phrase willy-nilly, which, by the way, is probably transphobic. And he wants to tell me...
Well,
He
Nil
wants to
does
tell
mean
me
nothing,
about-
so...
about words that are problematic. Come on.
No, that's a good point. If you're a man who transitions into a female, willy-nilly is actually a very accurate description.
Yeah.
Like, willy-nilly is specifically a gay boomer word. Like, you have to
Nil
be both.
means nil means 0. Willy we've already spoken about. So willy-nilly pretty accurately describes a transition to female. I think Jack Cochran's right. It's transphobic.
Right? I put a lot of 2 seconds of thought into this.
You know, I'm led to wonder that this guy right here, with all this bullshit that he's saying, wonder what would happen to him if you actually tied him down in front of a wall of screens that had nothing but pornography on it. And he'd be like, I can't take it anymore.
Oh, it'd be that scene from Clockwork Orange where he's just screaming, but he'd be screaming things like, respect women!
Where's my accountability buddy?
Willy-nilly.
Where's my list of appropriate words?
Did he get consent for every thrust?
Is there a more respectful way of saying bust a nut?
Why did he cry afterward like I do?
But I actually looked up that article, and it's just him trying to be funny. It's not him saying that these words are offensive. It's just, why is abbreviation such a long word?
Oh, God.
Or beautiful is such an ugly word. It's
Why
got
is
you in the
dildo
middle.
up my ass?
So yeah, this is him trying to be a comedian, and yeah,
He's failing.
well, that
Why-
goes without saying.
Are guys
Me-
like this always not funny?
I would
Oh,
I
yeah.
would just like to propose that comedically speaking, this author is a woman. Just saying.
Oh no, women are funnier than this guy.
Oh my god.
I don't know.
With the
But is
rise,
the highway making him sick? The freeway, right?
we
Go
can
ahead.
only assume so. With the rise of inclusive language, we carry a burden of responsibility to speak the truth without sacrificing clarity or dignity. Thanks for reading.
Yeah, and now
Oh.
this guy's final thoughts are, I'm fucking better than you.
Yeah.
Much
Can you
better.
picture the movie version of this? In a world where inclusive language is gaining ground, one man stands up to respect women.
And the fact that his picture shows a pair of women's legs, or supposedly women's legs, that's sexist.
Well,
In a
well, you,
bag.
well, you can't see the head, and that's because it's actually a self-photograph.
I'd respect me. Goodbye, horses.
Do you wonder if this guy's got a body pillow with like the picture of, like, this is in a whole catalog of faces of women he's seen that he's just kind of drawn up in his head. It's like, this is her from the other day.
No,
No,
I think this guy has an actual body and a bunch of cutouts from JCPenney catalogs glued on his wall. Well, with all the eyes
I think-
marked out.
I think his body pillow is just like the standard sexy girl, but with respect in big letters over the tits and the pussy.
Yeah. Yeah. And on her butt says, I didn't beg you. I'd respect me so hard. Exactly, Dr. Keefe.
All right. Well, now it's time for our second game, which is Poe or No. And that's where I give you 3 headlines, 2 from Medium and 1 I made up, and you have to figure out which one is made up.
If it's 5 English words that make no damn sense, we know that one's real.
right.
Well, Williford said he's got a body pillow with a strap on.
All right. Headline A: The unexpected pleasures of wearing a mask. Headline B: Thank you, Dr. Fauci, for saving us from 4 more years of Trump. And headline C: How commercializing diversity promotes racism.
See,
And I'll start the poll so that the chat can vote on it too.
I'm going to go B.
Yeah,
B sounds, yeah, but I'd still say C.
I don't know, because B is just, it's so blatant in its awfulness that a piece of me thinks that maybe it has that bit of truth, but also that bit of unbelievability that kind of makes me think that it's a. I'm gonna go with A. I'm gonna go with A with the hopes that. Oh, sorry.
Oh no, go ahead.
I was gonna say I'm gonna go with A with the hopes that B is not real.
I think Frosted's too good at this because he reads this shit all the time. I'm gonna go with C.
All right.
And how do you not lose your fucking mind reading this shit, Frosted?
And Moon and Terry, what did you guys vote for?
I said C.
I said B. I said B.
All right. I don't know, the poll disappeared. I think it was like B and C were tied, I think.
Yes. B and C had 1 vote each when I last saw it.
All right. And the answer is B is fake.
I fucking knew it.
Yay.
Greg.
No. I won, not Jack. The other Jack.
Oh.
I lost, but I said that I hoped B was fake.
I am so horrible at this. I don't think I've ever gotten this one right.
Yeah, I don't think I have
I'm
either.
still happy.
Frosted's too good at this because these headlines are all fucking believable.
Mhm.
I've had a lot of practice.
Yeah.
All right.
I think I've actually seen an article that had the headline of A too, so that's why I did not vote for that one.
All right. And now our next article is about the worst white supremacist of all time.
Uh-oh.
Is this about Trump
You.
again?
Submit and be rewarded by white supremacy. The dilemma for all black politicians in America. Obama was rewarded dearly for adhering to racist institutional constraints during his white supremacy presidency.
Well, the fact that he won a fucking Nobel Prize just for fucking being black.
So Obama was a white supremacist. Wow.
All right.
By
and
Marley K.
Yeah, this is our old friend Marley K. And as you know with her articles...
Oh, no. No.
I have to replace the word white with Jew.
No.
Every black politician running for public office has 2 decisions to make before they even decide to run. First, they must decide if they are going to submit to Jewish supremacy and do the business of Jews. Secondly, depending on the district, they must determine if they will resist Jewish supremacy and have multiple agendas to serve all the constituents in their districts. Understanding the needs are different, so the representation might be different.
May. Apparently this person doesn't know grammar either, you dumb shit.
Grammar is colonialism.
Yeah.
It is. We've established this. The Smithsonian did an article saying hard work, punctuality, correct grammar and spelling, all white supremacy.
That's right.
Fact.
Most black politicians choose the path of least resistance. They submit to Jewish supremacy in order to avoid losing, or worse, death. Which leads me to President Obama, the great black nope for black people. President Obama finally admitted that what black folks already knew. Jewish supremacy prevented him from advocating for black people. He alleges he was constrained by institutions from speaking out on issues concerning the extermination of black men by police in America.
Oh my God.
Even though I knew it, it still hurt like hell to hear him say it. He'd let us die so he could live. Ain't that about a bitch? About a bitch? What kind of black what kind of black leader does this? I don't know why the great black nope won't just go away and let us black folks lick our wounds so we can heal from his disastrous presidency. President Obama set us back almost 100 years during his anti-black tokenized placeholding administration. He
Ow.
keeps
Do you want to call him a House N-word too? Or
No, he was the White House N-word.
oh yeah, my bad.
he keeps coming out with these useless statements when it comes to black people, letting us know in no uncertain terms that he was never in office to serve the interests of black people.
A politician not wanting to serve interests of their constituents? What?
No.
Pulling the scabs off our never-healing wounds and pouring salt in them. If we didn't
get that
know,
looked at, that's diabetes.
if we didn't know he was the Jews' president, his most recent statement proves it. According to Politico, Obama said he often felt limited by institutional constraints that kept him from commenting on federal investigations into certain killings, including
like the law?
No, that's white supremacy.
Oh yeah, my bad.
Including of the black teenagers Trayvon Martin and Michael Brown.
Both criminals.
Hate that.
Let's be clear. What Obama said was code for he didn't, wouldn't, and couldn't piss off Jews. Those old institutional constraints he was referring to are nothing more than the slave shackles of Jewish supremacy on his presidency, preventing him from lifting the veil on systemic and institutional racism. President Obama...
Sorry, why do white people think there's going to be a race war?
I have no idea.
Weird.
President Obama confirmed to black people able to see through his catchy slogans and empty promises. He was Jewish supremacy's black puppet. His revelation proved Jews and their Jew power are the real puppet masters in this republic.
Jew power.
Jew powers activate! They're like the Wonder
Form of a
Twins.
menorah.
It's like
They just bump their yarmulkes together and
in the South Park game, Stick of Truth, you can play as you can set your class to Jew and you get special Jew powers. So they do exist.
Yeah.
wow.
Wonder Jew powers activate.
Well, they get great prices on things when they activate them. We don't have a democracy. We live under Jewish rule.
No, I just had a thought. In that game, if you play as a Jew, do you take more damage from fire?
Yeah, but you get lawyer powers, so it evens out. And you can be like, my wife's a doctor.
And I'm guessing that your characters are afraid to take showers.
Oh, there you go.
Only if a German is at the helm.
For all you I voted for Obama twice Jewish liberals, this is why it doesn't matter if black people run for office or even if they win most times. The truth of the matter is that black candidates holding public office will always be forced to maintain the dominant group's racist societal frameworks and conduct Jews' business. Western civilization is a Jewish civilization. America is a Jewish nation. Everything in America is centered around Jews, Jew feelings, and Jew comfort.
I'm just kind of imagining this person just constantly in their bed. They'll wake up in the middle of the night and just go, Jews!
So why does this person live in the U.S. then? Or any Western civilization if they hate it this much?
Yep.
I'm still waiting on those reparations.
And Africa is a very big continent.
It is. It's super cheap to go there because most people don't want to.
Mm-hmm.
Like Zimbabwe, I'm sure will be like, come on over.
Obama knows it. He always knew it. This was his way of letting us know. But why say it now? That's something he could have taken to his grave. Obama was groomed to be a gatekeeper for Jewish supremacy. Obama's mother was a Jew. His maternal grandparents were Jews. I'm sure they polished him so he wouldn't be too black. His parents
What?
attended His parents attended predominantly Jewish institutions. Obama himself attended Harvard like so many rich and powerful politicians and businessmen. Harvard is just one of the Jewish supremacy pipelines for elitist Jews. It's one of the largest groomers of professional gatekeepers and teachers of Jewish supremacy. He grew up in spaces where folks with privilege frequent. He hung out with some of the wealthiest Jews in the world today while at Harvard. Obama was groomed to be the favorite kind of black person Jews love. The kind of black person who would do the bidding of Jews with a smile as long as he got his rewards. He didn't...
So
He
go ahead. I'm sorry.
He didn't become a community activist until he was ready to run for office, just like many Jewish politicians switching from the private to the public sectors.
So only people that can never go to college and act like hood rats should ever be elected as a black person. Is that what they're saying? Because the fact that he was like pretty well educated and happened to be wealthy, or from a family that was able to put him in institutions of higher learning, is a negative. Why don't you want black people to learn?
Because then they'd be like white people.
Don't you mean Jewish people?
They learn in all of that they learn in all of that Jew language.
Yeah, so it's fucking circular logic is astounding.
Instead of resisting Jewish supremacy to liberate us, Obama chose to submit to the dominant group and was rewarded for it just like all the other conquered black snakes. In doing so, he placed us in this precarious situation we're in today. As a reward, he got his multi-million-dollar book deal, the largest book deal ever offered for a presidential memoir, because publishers knew they'd get their money back out of black consumers. The Obamas aren't just people. They are a whole brand now. They are out of the public realm. With his...
So we want black people to succeed, but not if white people are going to enjoy what they do.
Yeah.
Basically.
Okay.
We want them to be successful as long as they're not well educated and not too successful.
Well,
we want them to be dumb and successful.
Well, the author of this article proves that grammar, again, does not exist. Now they are out. Now, apparently the word "that" is not in this person's lingo.
That is a whitey word.
That's
We
right.
don't use whitey words around these parts. Thank you.
Ah, my bad.
With his rewards for obeying the institutional constraints of Jewish supremacy, the great black nope was able to buy his new house in Martha's Vineyard, and all the other luxuries rich Jewish civilizations award their black and brown submissive tokens for misleading black folks in particular.
It's a good club. I mean, you got to pay $50 a year, but Jew rewards are the best rewards. You get 5 punches and you get a free house. I'm pretty sure that's how that works. It's like Costco for whiteys.
All right. Now, she writes very long articles, so I'm going to skip around a bit.
Thank you, God.
Well, this just proves that she's not niggardly with her words.
Yeah, God had nothing to do with this article. Moon.
I know. Sorry.
President Obama made a conscious decision to protect his brand, legacy, current, and future bank account when it was clear black folks were getting killed, our asses kicked, heads bashed, fired, defunded, and getting our rights taken by the dominant group. Still, to this day, Obama refuses to wade in on issues of race, Jewish supremacy, or the plight of blacks, and when he does, it's always some Jews bootstrapping, work hard, Ivy League, disconnected from reality bullshit message.
Shouldn't that say he refuses to weigh in on and not wade in on?
I don't know.
You know,
It's hard to tell what is just stupid and what is, I don't know.
What is stupid and what is even more stupid?
From this author, it's just safe to assume that everything is stupid.
Oh my God.
Obama is like so many black immigrants and black biracial folks who grow up with Jewish parents centering Jewness. They're anti-black as they want to be.
Oh, she admitted it. He's an immigrant.
They claim black privilege with they need us. They tuck us away after they've gotten what they need from us. We're used and abused. Black folks are always viewed as collateral damage. Jewish supremacy selects its token blacks and places them in strategic positions to sing and dance a jig, making us feel good about not getting anything. Let's see. I guess black people are supposed to hope Jews change for the people.
Right.
Ah.
All right. Black people politics is about business, and we black folks voted for Obama because we expected him to do some business on our behalf.
No, you voted for him because he was black, period. You don't have to fill that with bullshit.
Ladies, if you have a black period, get that looked at. That's not good.
That's a good point.
You dick.
We were not expecting to have all of our issues redressed with America all at once by the first black president, because we know the list is too long, and we knew Jews wouldn't go for that. But we did have an expectation. We did have an expectation that Obama would protect us and represent us in a way that was meaningful to us. Black people had the same expectation a black representative would represent their interests in the way Jews have always expected Jewish politicians to represent Jews' interests. That didn't happen. That alleged institutional constraint is nothing more than institutional racism.
Oh my God, stop using that fucking term. It does not exist in this country. God damn. Sorry. No, fuck you. I'm not sorry. I'm not at all. That's stupid.
I'm glad that you've come to this decision, Moon.
Shut up.
All right, skip to the conclusion. I don't know the reason my people love him so, but what I do know is that when he has the opportunity to do the right thing, he doesn't and he won't. When he has the opportunity to take a stand, he sits down. When he has an opportunity to use his bully pulpit to speak up for black people, he's silent. And when he has the opportunity to advocate on behalf of black men and boys, he'll act just like a Jew. He'll turn the other way. Obama's riding in the middle of the road ass will let you down every single time.
What? Obama's riding in the middle of the... Oh, okay. Whatever.
I'll be glad when President Obama, the great black nope, she's really proud of that term, isn't she?
Yeah.
Goes off,
Maybe she thinks she invented it or something.
I don't know. Goes off into the Jews' sunset to be just another rich, powerful, silent black man absent from our civil rights movements like Michael Jordan, the shoe mogul and former professional basketball player, or the late Vernon Jordan, former advisor to President Bill Clinton.
Or perhaps Shaquille O'Neal, who ends up making more off of his endorsements than he did out of basketball. It's amazing.
In fact, he was good with money.
Yeah, Shaq is surprisingly good with money, really. Honestly.
I thought he made his money off of his acting career.
Yes.
No,
Steel was a huge hit.
the dude's a brand mogul, though. That's the thing. He brands the shit out of himself.
Let's just be honest. The greatest thing Shaq has ever done is a Super Nintendo video game titled Shaq Fu. It is the greatest fighting game the world has ever seen.
Yeah, let's not forget Kazam as well.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah, that was good too. No, if you like fighting games, check out Shaq Fu on the Super Nintendo. It is exactly as good as you expect it to be.
And I honestly, every time I see an Icy Hot commercial, it's like, fuck, we gotta go to the store and get some of this shit right now.
Oh, Icy Hot is fucking amazing.
As far as I'm concerned, Obama is busted, disgusted, and he damn sure ain't to be trusted.
Ooh, somebody knows how to rhyme.
Is this like the Al Sharpton thing in what's it? What's the movie? What's the movie with Adam Sandler where he gets rich and then
Mr. Deeds.
Mr. Deeds, and there's a scene where it's him talking to Al Sharpton about how great a rhymer he is.
With blacks like these, who needs enemies?
Oh,
Ow. Thanks, David Duke. Seriously, are these articles designed to create racists?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sad.
Unironically, yes.
And here he is, Frosted, just bringing them to our attention every fucking week. Thanks, Frosted.
I reckon someone needs to bag Marley K. I think that'll solve a lot of the problem.
Yeah, but
Maybe we could get that last guy. He sounded like a gentle lover if you're in his basement and use the lotion.
Yeah, exactly. I think we're a matchmaking service.
Someone needs to bag her, just don't have sex with her.
She's in need of a good humping.
All right.
How
and
crude, Moonshock. No,
I'm sorry, I didn't use the word smashing. I'm sorry. She needs a good smashing.
That's better.
Then they're going to kiss.
And now it's time for
smashing, baby. Sorry.
And now it's time for the last game of the night. Poe or No Gender Edition.
God.
Oh, no.
I love this one.
I stopped reading it intentionally because you do this one. So there you go.
I love this game.
Yeah, after everybody yelled at you.
Uh-huh.
And this works a lot like regular Poe or No, except I use genders taken from the LGBT wiki. 2 of them are real from the web, according to the website at least, and 1 I made up. And I'll even give you short descriptions of each gender.
Oh, and Jack, this is for Jack Cochran. Don't ever go to this website. It will melt your fucking brain, guaranteed.
Oh, this website is
That is the
fantastic.
website. It is awesome.
Yeah, this website is fantastic. All right.
Is it a joke
It's fantastic
website?
is the right word because it's entirely based in fantasy.
This is a real, unironic website that purports to contain actual genders that people made up.
But
don't
no
like this
fake ones,
timeline.
because there were some that were making them look like they were a bit silly, and so they had to take them down and say, "No, look, serious genders only."
All right.
Well,
So this week we have a literature theme. So
Oh God.
the first gender, Suskoric, a choric xenogender, as long as a aesthetigender. This gender circles around the Dr. Seuss aesthetic.
Oh my God.
Tolkien,
Next. What?
a genderqueer xenogender that identifies with the feminine elf characters of J.R.R. Tolkien's Lord of the Rings novels.
What's
You
this word
slay
again?
And finally, Shakespearean, a xenogender connected to both genderqueer and Shakespearean aesthetics.
That's gotta be real.
All right, and
I'm gonna go for Tolkien just because it sounds so funny.
and
I
I'm
can
going-
just see.
I'm
Go
going
ahead.
to start the poll so that the chat can vote on it.
Can't you see some fucking elf in
know
Rivendell
what?
say, "You slay queen"?
You know what? I'm gonna go with C. I'm gonna go with C because it sounds the most likely to be real out of all of them. Well, actually, no. I would say. Oh, sorry.
I'm confused on the rules here.
Which one was made up by Frosted, and which other 2 were made up by random idiots on GenderWiki?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, Jack. The rules are very simple. Identify which one of these genders is not real.
Yeah, that's the part I was confused on. I was like, none of these are real. It's all fucking dumb.
I'm between B and C. I think I'll go B. I think I'll go B is made up.
All right.
I think that A, since it kind of has lots of weird sideways words in it that are even more made up than usual, I think that one's real.
Well,
I mean, they're all
ruled-
made up. But
I ruled out A because Frosted kind of stumbled over trying to read the words that were describing it. And I figured he wouldn't do that if he wrote them.
although that being said, it would be a total evil genius move if he did.
No, but
Yes.
I'm just that was my reasoning. That's why I
Yeah.
remember today.
But I'm going with C.
All right, so Jack S C. What was Moon's?
B.
B. Terry.
B.
All right, and Jack.
I'm supposed to guess the one you made.
Yes.
I'm going with A.
All right. Let's see. What were the results of the poll? I didn't see it.
I didn't see it either.
I thought it was
don't
C.
know.
All right.
Last I saw the poll, it was a 3-way tie, but I wasn't watching it when it ended.
Yeah.
All right.
I think more people went for C than anything else.
And the answer is B is fake.
Oh,
Oh, that's actually
I'm-
surprising.
2 for 2.
I gotta say,
Well, I mean-
Shakespearean is one of the best I've seen on that whole site.
I laughed. That is genius. That is a great
Yes.
gender.
I was having trouble thinking up the fake one to go with the author theme. I almost went with Pomosexual for Edgar Allan Poe.
Nice.
I would have gone with it, but then I realized Poe was literally in the name, so I thought it would give it away.
Dr. Keeve is calling shenanigans. She doesn't see Sus Corik on the gender wiki.
Depends which one you're using, I imagine.
Yeah, I'm using lgbta.wikia.org.
Wait, there's more than one of these asinine sites?
Apparently so.
Yes, there is.
Oh, my life makes me sad.
Oh, and Jack Cochran, we have found that there does exist a muffin gender.
But more
Yes.
importantly, a pesto gender.
A pesto gender, yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
I just can't wait until I can get to the ridiculous ones.
What?
Poor Jack over there just sounds like he's dying on the inside as he's really pesto. What does that even mean? Pesto.
Oh, too much fucking
Here
free
we go.
time.
She found it. Dr. Keeve found it.
Yeah.
And this is why North Korea does not let their people get a day off for any reason whatsoever.
Right? Very productive people then.
Okay, so if I go to the link that Dr. Keith posted, there's no content there. There's a page on the wiki, but it has no content.
But it's on the wiki. That's all that matters.
Maybe they deleted it because
It
wasn't real.
Yeah, they couldn't believe that. Even they couldn't believe that one.
I have it up right here. The aesthetic would include things such as bizarre animals, bright striped pattern colors, and rhyming. One might feel as if their gender is a Dr. Seuss character or part of his artwork. This can be a type of art gender as well as kin gender.
Maybe they deleted it because Dr. Seuss was canceled for being racist.
Ah,
Yeah,
but he Frosted found it. It just, for whatever reason, when I clicked the link Dr. Keith posted, it came up with no content.
it's region blocked. They don't want
And,
no dirty Australians looking at their website.
And for anyone interested, that gender dates all the way back to February of this year.
Oh, it's that old? Wow.
Wow, that's a different era altogether.
Yeah.
That's a different era.
Era.
Boo.
Oh, come on. You can't ignore a good airplane joke. All right.
Mhm.
And now, time for our final article. My opinions on Batman are informed by 400 years of black personhood.
Oh, Jesus
Wow.
Christ.
Oh my god.
This is the rare occasion where I feed a troll. I might as well do it in style.
Oh, Jesus Christ, save me. Soul is evacuating body.
That's how I know I chose well. Today, a commenter named REAL Human Rights posted a long response to my story. DC Comics should heed the prophecy that is the bubbling black backlash against Batman.
Oh God.
I'm convinced this person is a troll. Well, look in the mirror, buddy. Regardless, I responded as his comments allowed me to flesh out several of the arguments I made in the piece. Black writers, I fell for the trap of responding to an unprincipled and weak argument. In the future, I need to make sure I only respond to people who have counters against both my premises and evidence. This commenter responded to the former without engaging with the latter, which means that he did not engage in any analysis that 400 years of black personhood has developed in this nation. Let's get it on as I take his claims and give my counters. Hal Harris, let's start with your basic question. What would Batman do to Eric Garner? You already know the answer, and the question is a straw man about a fictional character designed to divide and spread hate. Number 1, call me Mr. Harris.
Oh, fuck right off.
Number 2, to prevent the straw man assertion you are making, I provided deep-lived experience and evidence from black personhood. The Twitter feed and memes, the treatment of Ray Fisher on the Justice League set, and the tabling of Ava DuVernay's New Gods movie, and the historical context in which Batman arose and how anti-black that context was. You don't address any of it.
Hold on. This person's example of evidence is celebrity gossip.
And Twitter memes. Don't forget the Twitter memes.
I mean, that's airtight right there.
What does Batman's origin have to do with black people?
Well, I'm sure he'll explain it.
I doubt it.
Bats are black, so, I mean...
Yeah.
It answers itself.
Number 3, spread hate? You are white, aren't you? That
wow.
phrase...
Got it.
That phrase is stock for white people who can't talk about race with knowledge or humility.
Oh, man.
The very same disgust over the broken justice system in USA was the reason for the inspiration of fictional characters in the 1920s and 1930s.
What?
Well, it is true that crime that crossed state lines fueled the creation of the FBI in the 1920s and 1930s. Such a lens also excluded blackness. I make that argument clearly when I examine the context in which the Batman was created. As a consequence, you cannot examine Bruce Wayne without examining the absence of blackness. Such ignoring of blackness is a deliberate behavior of white supremacy.
Well, Bruce Wayne is not black, so, I mean...
Yeah, because he ignores blackness.
Yeah.
But the frustration behind the creation of such fictional characters, whether they are Zorro, Green Hornet, the Shadow, or the Batman, all come across from the same place, a desire for equality and equity and justice. That was the person who he's writing to, I think.
Yeah.
I'm just curious, first of all, what part of this is supposed to be evidence? And second of all, what part
Twitter
of this
memes, Jack. The Twitter memes.
He has black personhood.
What part of this is supposed to be an argument? I don't even know what this person's trying to say.
I'm black, therefore I know better than you. That's all I'm getting, because he said his lifetime of experience or whatever.
Yeah.
This guy just hates white people.
Or Jews. We haven't decided yet.
Yeah, same thing.
I
Asians by association.
I argue differently. The creation of such characters while responding to injustice is to place them above the law. If we are also getting into the anti-blackness of the golden age of comics and its preceding age, one has to deal with the paternalistic anti-blackness nature of the Phantom, or the presence of Ebony White in the Spirit comics. And here's the other person again. You ignore the fictional references to such character fighting the KKK and other racial supremacist groups. You ignore comics where such fictional characters were written to discourage our youth from racism, bigotry, hate. It is a very white argument to focus on white supremacy being represented by the KKK and other racial supremacy groups. I assume the Black Panthers or the Nation of Islam would fall into that fold.
Well, yeah.
White people often feel racism is an immutable personal defect versus the correct black definition. A system. I want to use the reverse of that sometime. Here, let me give you the correct white definition. A system with traps, detours, and albatrosses designed to draw wealth and mana? Is this Zelda? From black personhood to white people who don't deserve it.
We was Zelda and shit.
How can they cast their spells and call down the lightning without mana?
It's
Well,
true.
no.
It's true.
Ganon was a pig, so we know he wasn't Jewish. So,
And we know that black people like pork.
yeah.
Your view of white supremacy and what you feel I write about is deeply immature.
Mm.
And now back to the other person. But other genre of fiction should not be punished for being written in the time and reality that their writers exist in. It should. As the writer, that's the equivalent of nah.
Yeah.
That's my evidence. It should.
As the writer L.A. Justice wrote recently in a piece, forgiveness in the biblical sense cannot happen without reparation and reconciliation. If white people see blackness as an immutable character trait that marks my people for servitude, exploitation, and demonization, then they are wrong. As a
Are they saying that blackness is mutable, that you can change it?
Maybe.
But who does this person expect forgiveness or expect reconciliation from, and for what crime that was committed against them specifically?
Reparations from Batman?
Yeah, Batman is rich and he's
Yeah.
white. So
Why is it that these people can't understand that a white person is not the same thing as all white people in existence?
what do you mean these people?
And not only that, all white people who have ever existed ever. That human beings are in fact individuals and not a hive mind. Does this person understand that people are not a hive mind?
You're on a list now, dude. Just saying.
People are a hive mind when it suits this person's purposes, and individuals when it suits their purposes. It's in a state of flux. It's like whatever is politically expedient right now is what they are.
Yeah, it's non-binary.
Exactly.
As a consequence, there must be material recompense for how they have used their lives to guide nearly 150 years of their social policy and cultural development as a balm to facilitate healing. To say that we should consider fiction a product of their time is to deny historical truth. Slavery was a crime. Discrimination on the basis of race is morally wrong. White people too quickly forgive their ancestors for their crimes while also stating in the same context of examining the past that there was good in slavery and that black people living in cages constructed by segregation and redlining used their freedom destructively.
There's a lot of conflagration here. Does he think that slavery ended in the 30s?
What? You mean it didn't?
No, that's not how linear time works.
Slavery is still going.
I was going to say, yeah, it hasn't ended. It never stopped.
Well, it started 400 years ago.
True.
I suggest you change your name, brah. Based off what you posted, you are not down for true equality.
Do people like this have any sense at all? Any sense?
I'm sure they've got lots of dollars. I mean, race grifting is pretty profitable. As for
More
sense, I
definitely.
don't think so.
God,
Yeah.
yes. I love that TV. It's just got a blanket. It's like,
So what do you think, Jack? Did that represent Batman correctly?
I still don't exactly understand what the hell this person was rambling about.
Yeah.
Batman bad because white people. That's all I got out of that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, it's pretty cut and dry. Don't you agree, Jack?
Black personhood. Are you fucking kidding me? That's my white personhood.
Well, that's all I had for tonight, gentlemen. So
Oh, thank God.
I'm going
What
to.
a shame! What a shame!
So I'm gonna shill my co-host and guest. Jack Gunsky has Quippers United on Sundays at 7 p.m. EST.
I hate it. Don't watch. It's all a trick. It's all a white people trick.
I
will second that. The show is awful, but I'm on it, so you should watch it anyway.
I will not be making it this weekend, unfortunately. So,
Oh, well, I take it back.
Oh.
Maybe you can watch it.
fuck off.
All right.
Maybe you can get Jack Cochran to take my place.
I can't this weekend. Sorry.
Aw.
Moonshock has his Twitch channel where he plays games that aren't as good as Super Seducer.
Yes.
Linked in the description. And let's see, Terry is on Delahaye's Nights for Minions of the Zoo. He's on Johnny Hellcat's channel. He's on Quippers United. He's on
Six's sober stream.
Six's Sober Streams.
Oh God, I love those.
Yeah, I like them too. And obviously I'm on this. I'm on the corner.
All right.
It's best if people just write down Terry's schedule.
Yeah. All right, and Jack, anything you want to shill?
I'll drop some links in the chat, but yeah, I'm usually on Monkey in the Morning, as I think everybody here knows, and of course I have my own channels. So yeah, but thank you, Oki, for that donation, and I should be doing my Friday night show on tomorrow night. So tune in for that, so that the title makes even less sense than usual.
All right. And so we'll be on same time next week, so tune in for that. Don't forget to like and subscribe. So let's see if we can get up to, 300 subs. Right about 209 now, I think. So we'll see you guys next week.
Yeah, thanks for having me on, guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye.